Survival House Network.
Hey guys,
you treat my boys. Sorry.
Welcome to You shut up for 2 seconds. Welcome to the show. It's RiverMan and The Goose and a special guest with Cory G from the Bloodbaths and Boomsticks podcast.
How's it going?
Too much. I've heard good things about your podcast. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
It's myself, Kyle Poling, and Tim Gross from Gross Movie Reviews. It's about a 80-20 split. Kyle usually covers obscure horror. Tim covers pretty much straight-up horror, and I do all the action bits on our show. You can find us over at bloodbathsandboomsticks.blogspot.com or give a like to our Facebook page, which is also Bloodbaths and Boomsticks.
Yeah, man, I've been kind of out of the podcast
Very cool, man.
the past couple of months, but I actually jumped back onto it, and I started listening to your guys' show, and man, you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoy them, and I know Goose, you'll love them, I'm sure.
Well, you've been telling me things about it, and that's what I was trying to say is that you guys sound right up my alley because I'm actually jealous of your position, and let me know if you guys are employing because I wish I could just take over action altogether, because we've got the extreme and the very odd type of horror stuff covered down. And I if you guys ever listen to the show and that's kind of a topic, one of those weird Serbian flicks, stuff about baby raping, I'm usually really winging it, and I'm usually really kind of not really there, and I'm faking it because I don't watch that stuff, man. I'm not good at it. I like a lot of cult horror, not that weird stuff that doesn't quite make it to the cult level even. It's just like sick and perverted. Nate, basically. Sorry, Lush.
I watch all that shit. I've got the Blu-ray of Serbian film and all that. Not really my thing. I like horror. A lot of people get the impression that I don't because I never talk about it. I just prefer action. And I was one of those guys that in the 90s, like every week, the Blockbuster would get like 20 straight-to-video action films. I watched all 20 and kept them. And I pull out like a stranger film every week that like no one's ever heard of.
Hey, turn that car down, Goose. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you know what? I make things happen. We wanted to bring a new episode to you guys so bad because we've been out of the game for so long. I'm not trying to quote a certain movie, but, I felt like bringing it back. And you know what? I got to do it. I'm walking home from the gym because the Goose has to be fit. Someone has to be the looker in this group.
Were you getting the pump? It's like blowing your load.
I was getting the pump. But yeah, hey, Cory, tell us about some of your favorite flicks. I know you talked about some obscure ones. Like, what are some titles that you would recommend to some action fans, or maybe some people that are into action, but maybe they don't get too deep into the obscurity?
Action films. The best action movie ever made is Hard Target by not Hard Target. I'm sorry, Hard Boiled by John Woo. I recommend that to anyone.
I was about to say, I strongly disagree with you.
Hard Target's a good one, too. The Raid Redemption is amazing. That just came out on Blu-ray last week. That actually made it to my number 3 favorite action film of all time. Wow. That's how good that was.
Jeez.
Wow.
And you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Kill and Kill Again. Probably the greatest karate movie ever made.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that. I still haven't checked that out. I need to, though.
It got its official widescreen release yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Very, very cool. So these are all, 2 out of 3 are fairly recent flicks then.
My God, dude.
Hey, man. Don't knock it.
Why don't you walk in a fucking ditch or something? Jesus Christ.
I don't have a ditch. I live in Missouri, dude. This is like the plains, dude. It's like flatland. What ditch? Can't help it, man. But just ignore that. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing, everybody. Let's just enjoy the show. Now, speaking of, we don't have to get into the Expendables. I was about to say, I was wondering if it was safe to say your favorite Jean-Claude movie was Hard Target, since you almost named that as one of your by error, your top 3. Is it really?
Yes, 100%. Lionheart would be a very close second.
See, Lionheart might be my number 1. Hard Target doesn't quite make my list of favorite Van Damme movies. But why do you like that one in particular? Is it the mullet?
That mullet's badass. It's I'm a big John Woo fan, and I like the way he filmed it, the slow motion cutscenes, and you can't go wrong with Wilford Brimley doing a Cajun accent.
Exactly. What about the snake punch scene?
That's pretty cool. Another thing with, and anybody that can stand on a motorcycle going uphill is just awesome in my book.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Don't you think the script? I mean, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I can't. It's hard for me to take Kathy Ireland seriously. I think Kmart, and also, what it is Kathy Ireland, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
Okay.
It's Yancy Butler.
Yancy Butler.
Okay.
Dude, they always she was in Drop Zone too. Am I right?
I remember her from Witchblade.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, God, what else was it? But the script for Hard Target is pretty much a ripoff of Surviving the Game.
Well, which is a ripoff of Most Dangerous Game, which is a ripoff of Final Round, which, I mean, if you want to really nitpick, the greatest hunting a human for sport movie ever made is John Leguizamo's The Pest. But,
And which we covered, and we loved The Pest.
We talked about The Pest, and I think Nate was just trashing us the whole time.
Lush fucking hates it, man.
Lush hates it, and I love it.
That's top 10 comedy right there.
I love it.
Oh, it's funny that somebody actually likes it.
I love it. You are my best friend. That's why I picked it the ninja. But picked it the ninja. No, that's a good call on that. Let's see. So yeah, Todd, what's your favorite Van Damme flick? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say Desert Heat.
Desert Heat is mine too.
Oh God, that's awful.
No, it's not. It is not. Hold on. Tons of cars. The goose is about to get cooked. About to get hit.
It sounds like Van Damme's pulling up behind you there.
Only in my dreams. But no, okay. So wait, I want to hear, Cory, your take on that movie, because we personally love that movie.
That's my favorite Van Damme movie.
He kept getting beat up. It was boring. Wasn't Pat Morita in that too?
Yes, Pat Morita was in it.
Okay, so that's gonna
lots of pussy. Yeah,
that's gonna fuck it up. The guy basically had a simple movie. They steal my bike and I got to kill a whole town, and he fucked it up. Dude. He kept getting beat up.
But he had crazy one-liners. It was the stupidest, cheesiest movie. And I don't know, you would think, it seems like up until that point, Van Damme, you would think, always wrote all his own scripts, because there's always the oiled-down ass shots in all his movies. There's always the gratuitous sex scenes. And this one, he had a 3-way in oiled-down ass. It's like, somebody stopped letting him write his own scripts. But you can't help but think it's funny. I found it hilarious. Okay, it's quiet here. I guess not.
Okay.
River and I can go back and forth with one-liners from that movie all night long, but that's my favorite, followed closely by Lionheart. So,
Knockoff's in my top 10 Van Damme, or top 5 Van Damme. I'm sorry, I'm a big fan of that.
You can't be serious. Oh,
that movie is hysterical. Rob Schneider's fucking awesome.
But the premise, he's like a designer with some gel down hair, and they make knockoff jeans. It's like I don't know. That was a very dark period of Van Damme.
I can't knock the premise of any of his films, to be honest with you.
They're all horrible.
I mean, Kickboxer, I would have called Kickboxer How to Be the World's Worst Corner Man. Before Tong Po drops the elbow that cripples his brother, he stands there for a good 30 seconds. Van Damme could have threw the towel in his face. He could have jumped in. He could have just grabbed his brother's arms and pulled him. He could have grabbed Tong Po's 2-foot ponytail and yanked him. He just stood there shaking his head going, no.
Well, in his defense, he couldn't throw a towel because he had already thrown the towel. And then Tong Po had kicked it out of the way like, screw you, Van Damme, I'm going to break your brother's back. And yeah, I think maybe did it go to like a slow motion camera scene? So that 30 seconds was probably like, what, 2 seconds? I don't know.
The Kickboxer 2, 3, 4, and 5 I thought were far superior when they got rid of Van Damme and replaced him with Cody from Step by Step.
That wife beater.
Yeah, he's a wife beater, isn't he?
A woman beater, man. He roided out. He got roided later on.
That's been alleged. I don't know. I never hung with him. The part 4 is awesome. Kickboxer 4 is the best of the series.
Very cool. I don't think I saw the second one. I honestly did not see the third or the fourth one. I watched Kickboxer just yesterday. The first one.
The fourth Kickboxer features the greatest disguise in movie history.
Enlighten us.
Yeah.
That's where Cody, Sasha Mitchell, gets out of jail and he has to go fight Tong Po in his Day of the Dead tournament. And he's going there undercover. So he puts on a pair of sunglasses.
And that's it?
That's it.
That's awesome.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Recommended viewing, Kickboxer Part 4. Now, Tong Po, was he...
5 DVD box set.
There's a fifth one?
Yeah, fifth one, they killed Sasha Mitchell because that was when he got alleged of beating his wife. So he dies in the opening credits in a silhouette. And my man, one of the most underrated action stars, Mark Dacascos, takes his place.
Very cool. All right. Well, yeah, they made way too many Kickboxer movies. All right, so we covered Van Damme. The hardest category is probably Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know. Can we even be creative on this one, Todd? I think I already know what yours is, and mine's not very creative at all. I think T2 is the Citizen Kane of all action movies. Not very original, I know.
The best for me, but I don't know.
Total Recall is a close second for me. What about you, Corey?
I gotta go the Running Man.
Really?
Running Man is up there. It's great.
I do love The Running Man. It's got some of the best Arnold one-liners, most underrated one-liners, I think.
Kindergarten Cop's up there too.
I don't. There's only a few movies I can think of Arnold that I don't like. I mean, I don't like Raw Deal. That movie's awful. I don't like Red Heat.
I hated that one.
I hate Red Heat. I hate Raw Deal. I even like Junior. Get ready to bash me.
Junior's great, dude.
I think Junior's great.
Junior's all right.
I love Arnold and Dragon. I like when he's like, I want my lady. I want my lady. Going into the false labor with her. I want my lady. But
Jingle All the Way is my top too.
I like Jingle All the Way is good.
What were you saying before Jingle All the Way?
I like I didn't really like Red Heat, but I always remember when the guy's leg broke and he went dip cocaine. So that makes one of my favorite Arnold lines.
Oh God. And you know what? I hate his last truly good movie to me. Well, never mind. I really, really do like Jingle All the Way, but his last truly good action film was True Lies. I don't like Eraser. I thought, the 6 Day, End of Days, those are both atrocious.
Oh, they're watchable, dude. They're pretty good.
I think 6 Days is borderline.
I like Eraser.
I liked Eraser too, even though I hate what's her face.
Eraser's cool.
Vanessa Williams.
I fucking hate her. But
what about 6 Day? You really thought that was? I think that's horrible. Even though it's got Remy in it and Paul Newman, it's just horrible. I think I don't know. I couldn't watch it.
It's definitely watchable.
It's watchable. Yeah.
I got to say, my favorite quote, it's actually not an Arnold quote, but it is from Total Recall. It's from Michael Champion. He's like, what are you trying to do, kill us? The dome will crack. Me and Lush always go back and forth. Yo, dude, the dome will crack.
That movie, you could just do the whole screenplay, and it's nothing but Benny's pure gold. The little creepy, sexy midget. I mean, good Lord, there's so much you could do.
She hated every minute of it. I mean, Champion had like some of the best lines in the film, dude.
He's like, what do you call it? I can't even spit it out. ventriloquist with himself on that line. Excruciating every minute of it. It's like his lips aren't moving. His lips are moving, but the words are coming out like a second later. But and Michael Ironside's fantastic. I love him. I wish he was in even more stuff still to this day.
Oh, Ronnie Cox, dude. I mean, that whole cast was just amazing, I thought.
It really is. Did any of you guys see the remake?
I haven't, no.
No, I didn't see it. I don't pay for movies. That's a benefit of mine. And I thought, maybe if I have, absolutely nothing to do one of these days, I'll go see it just to put my stamp on it. But it's almost not even worth that, free. But eventually I'll see it and I'll grade it properly. Because what kills me is it's actually got, besides Colin Farrell, who I don't think has made a single good movie. I'm not bashing him. I'm not saying he's a bad actor or he's not capable, but he's just never in good movies. He's always in just horrible movies, I think. But it's got a really good cast though. Other than that, I mean, Kate Beckinsale's beautiful, so I can't really argue there. But we'll see what PG-13 does for that kind of movie. All right. So next up is
if I remade it, I would have.
Go ahead.
If I remade Total Recall, I would have Quado's head be Corky from Life Goes On.
Is he even alive, or did he succumb to the downs?
No, he's still alive.
That's good to hear. Corky.
I've casted him in quite a few movies, to be honest with you.
Start the reactor. Save Mars.
Is Quado even in the remake?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, dude.
I don't know. They're not on Mars, so I don't know.
I don't even know if Quado was part of the whole original book, but
Colin Farrell's made a couple of good movies. I like SWAT, and I didn't hate the Fright Night remake.
It's watchable. Fright Night. Oof! I saw it in theaters. I wasn't too happy about that. I wasn't a fan of the first one either, though, so I can't really bitch too much, I guess.
Oh, the original to me is the best vampire movie ever made.
Really? Oh, man.
Yeah, hands down.
I still have Lost Boys on top of my list. I don't know why. More nostalgia than anything.
That's my Lost Boys is my number 2.
Yeah. So what about, were you jumping into Stallone now?
Yeah, I was going to jump into Stallone. I was going to give Colin Farrell one redeeming shot there. I forgot he was, I guess he was in Horrible Bosses, and I did think that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
and I guess he had a part in that.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
So there you go. And you like Crazy Heart a lot.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in Crazy Heart.
But like I said, it's not him that sucks, and he had a bit part in an already decent script. So I don't know. He got luck of the draw on that guy. But anywho, yeah, on to Sly Stallone. I don't know. That's a tough one. He's got a lot of good stuff too, but he had his dark period as well, where he attempted the run of comedy films, but he wasn't quite as successful at it.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is still on the top of my list.
Are you serious? Rambo, the newest Rambo. The newest.
It's funny, but it's dumb, dude.
The newest Rambo is my personal favorite, and for him to have topped himself so late in his career, it says something. But I love that Rambo. I can't wait for the 5th one that they just officially announced again, re-announced, I should say.
It's fantastic, man. It's one of my favorite action films. What do you think of that, Corey?
Oh, I love it. It does not hold a candle to Cobra, though.
Die Pig. I love Brian Thompson, the Die Pig guy, who was also in Lionheart. Which I don't know why he's not in Expendables, because it seems like the Expendables is full of nothing but people that have all 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. We've all worked with somebody within the realm of this movie, and I'm like, where's Brian Thompson? And he was the bad guy in Cobra, and he was in Lionheart, and he's in all kinds of stuff. And nobody wants to hire that guy. Stallone's all about throwing out a bone to all these guys that don't get work anymore, for God's sake. But anyway, so mine is Rambo for sure. As far as his comedy stuff, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, no. I think as far as funny goes, I guess I have to give it to Demolition Man, even though it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Stallone movie, but it is my favorite.
That is my favorite Stallone movie. So
it's my favorite. It's my favorite of his comedy. No, I really do like it. And if we're going for the comedy aspect, it's more of a comedy than an action flick. I'll argue that to the nail. But it is really funny,
and he's phenomenal in that too.
He's really funny in that, and I'm not really a Wesley fan, but I do like him in that.
Actually, Over the Top is one of his better comedies with him and that little pussy ass bitch kid of his.
Is great, dude. That is a great film.
And I can't dog First Blood. Let's not. I mean, I know it's one of his most famous, but I love First Blood. But I do not like the Rocky series. I never latched onto it. I really don't care for it. And that last Rocky movie was just an abortion. I thought it put me to sleep. River, you and I, you made me go see that.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Part 5.
No, yeah, I agree. Part 5 is ridiculous.
Rocky 6 was okay. Part 5 was horrid.
Oh, was that Bobby Gunn?
But he plays the part Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn,
yeah.
God, it's so stupid. That movie is horrible, and he died of AIDS. So I don't know. That's not relevant. Just throw that out there. Tommy Gunn. But that movie's horrible.
No, I got to throw Copland in there. I love Copland.
I like Copland.
I think it has a great cast. Of course, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, but that was really enjoyable. I thought Stallone hit that role pretty good. I mean, the cop, in the small town and all that shit.
I thought all the roles were played really, really well. He did a great job. It was a good movie overall. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be the first time I saw it, but it's good.
Yeah, you need to give it a rewatch. That one, Cliffhanger is so painfully good, though. I mean, I love Cliffhanger, even though it's so bad.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? I've never seen Cliffhanger.
Really?
Never seen it, and it's one of those ones that I keep meaning to, and it's like, that's not on Blu-ray though, is it? That's one of the ones that isn't on Blu-ray right now.
I don't know if it looks very good on Blu-ray. I don't know.
What? There's no Stallone movie that looks good on Blu-ray. Rambo looks all right, but I have Demolition Man. It doesn't look very good. I haven't seen any of the Rockies. First Blood looks
awesome on Blu-ray.
No, yeah. Besides Expendables, Expendables looks great. Those newer movies look good, but let's see. Jeez, what else? Cliffhanger, wasn't that John Lithgow?
John Lithgow, yeah. Michael Rooker was in it too, I think.
Oh yeah. See, John Lithgow's amazing. Yep. I love that guy.
He's pretty funny as a bad guy, dude.
I love Third Rock from the Sun. Did you guys ever see that movie Homegrown with him in it, John Lithgow and Billy Bob Thornton before he lost weight?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. It even has a role with it even has Bon Jovi in it, and it's still like surpassable. It's like you don't even care. It's so good. Jamie Lee Curtis and it's about these guys that are basically growing pot all over this plantation. It's just that kind of film, but it's really good. And John Lithgow's great in it. But anyway, staying on topic, who else? I'd almost say Terry Crews, but God, what else has he been in besides Friday After Next? That movie sucks, dick. What else?
He was in White Chicks, dude.
He was in White Chicks. White Chicks is funny, dude.
Friday After Next.
You do? Really?
Friday After
I
Next.
That too.
No,
They should have made Friday After Next, the next Friday, Here Comes Friday, it's Saturday time, Saturday comes. I would have kept making them.
They're going to. They're going to make with all the original cast members. Ice he's making, he's remaking it, man.
With Chris Tucker?
Yeah, Chris Tucker's in it.
Like it's a sequel.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's confirmed.
Yeah, that's what he said. I saw an interview with Ice Cube.
I was checking out what Chris Tucker was up to nowadays. Now that Rush Hour is just, kaput. He wasn't doing anything else but those movies, with those huge gaps. And I didn't see anything much going. I definitely didn't see a Friday movie. That would be great. But are they going to go back to it being sort of that nice balance of gangster hood movie with comedy and not full blown retarded comedy?
That's what I don't know. I mean, I saw it on like ESPN. He was on there with an interview and he's talking about it. So
how recent was this?
Like a month ago.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool.
I saw him. He's in the Coors Light commercial with Debo. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Who? Chris Tucker or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Really? Are they in character?
Yeah, I think. Well, Debo is. He plays the the retarded fucking 7-foot black man. But
oh. Well, no, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I haven't seen that. But it's good to see Debo working as always. Who else?
Debo's always working. What are you talking about?
He's always working. No, saying it's as always, it's good to see him working. He just kind of pops up from here and there. Unlike Brian Thompson, he's one of those guys. Hey, it's that guy. You know, most people don't know Tiny Lister Jr. by name.
Hey, Terry Crews is in the Sixth Day. That's your.
He is in the Sixth Day.
Yeah.
It's still a shit movie. Let's see.
I enjoy it.
Who else?
It's crappy, but no.
Which of the Expendables are we forgetting about? Oh, Bruce Willis. Does that even count? God, Die Hard 1. That's not even a question for me.
Yeah, I go Die Hard 1.
Die Hard 2.
See, I like Die Hard 2, but you guys were shitting on it last time I brought that up.
Look, it's okay. I think it's the weakest out of the three. It definitely looks really bad when you watch it after the first one.
Great,
it looks really bad after you watch the first one. The first one's incredible, and the third one is definitely unique, and I think it's great. The second one's just my least. No, I take it back. The last one. I'm not even. See, I pretend like the fourth one doesn't even exist because that's the shittiest one. But
we get to see William Sadler's ass, dude, bare ass. Man, that's great.
That dude is so lean in that movie. He's like 1% body fat. He looks scary. He looks like Death from Bill and Ted. Like, he's just like a skeleton. But
so true.
No, don't get me wrong. I like the movie, but I just think coming after the first one, it doesn't hold a candle. But Bruce had a lot of good movies, man. A lot of good movies and a lot of crap movies as of the last 5-6 years or whatever. But a lot of good stuff.
What's your crap movie that you're talking about then?
Oh God, I could probably make a nice list. Surrogates. What was that one? What was that one he did recently? I saw it was like straight to DVD with 50 Cent. It was horrible. I can't even remember what it was called.
No.
Yeah, he's had this string of bad movies.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
And then I don't know, but I miss the glory days, which to me is the 90s Bruce Willis. Besides Die Hard, I love 90s sci-fi Bruce Willis, Fifth Element. I love 12 Monkeys, my bad. And I'm looking forward to Loopers, that new movie with Joseph Gordon coming out. It looks like a classic 90s Bruce Willis, and the premise looks, kind of time travel type of thing, not unlike 12 Monkeys. But you've seen that, River, right? That trailer?
Yeah, that looks good.
It looks really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we have a nice comeback from him on our hands.
No, I don't really... Speaking of Bruce, I really liked Hostage, dude.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe?
Oh, man.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I think you're the only one waiting.
No, thanks.
Who's in that? Hostage? Who's in that new G.I. Joe?
Bruce Willis and The Rock.
Oh, really? They're in that?
Yeah.
Did they take out... they added them, and is Channing still in it? I think they took out Marlon Wayans.
No, what they did was, because it was supposed to come out like 3 months ago, because the toys are already out. Channing Tatum gets killed like in the beginning of it, because they wipe them all out because they want to erase that whole first movie. But after 21 Jump Street and The Vow hit so big, everybody likes Channing Tatum now. They're actually refilming it so they get a whole bunch more scenes with him. So it actually delayed it for a year.
Huh.
Wow.
I actually like Channing Tatum.
You know what? I like 21 Jump Street. It was surprisingly really funny.
Oh, it was the funniest thing I've seen this year.
Yeah.
And I usually give the stink eye to those like old classic TV show remakes, because I haven't seen one that's done me any justice lately. But it was really funny. I actually watched it this week. The Johnny Depp cameo was spoiler, sorry, was hilarious. But I enjoyed.
See Magic Mike.
No, okay.
My wife loved it.
Really? She liked? No, my old lady's gonna be. I'm sure she's gonna want it on DVD or Blu-ray, so I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it with my trousers down. I'm sure.
All middle-aged women, and my mom was one of them.
What did your mom think, dude?
Good for you guys. My mom, I almost had a new daddy. I think she was about ready to hunt Matt. She loves Matthew McConaughey. She's obsessed with the guy.
See, my wife likes, I don't know his real name, El Cid from True Blood. Joe Monticolatoni, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't... Is that the one that's dating Lady Gaga? I don't know any of those True Blood people. That's like... My little sisters are obsessed with that. My mom likes Matthew McConaughey. That's a guy who can't make a good movie to save his life. I mean... He was in a couple of good movies back in the day. Come on, he was in a couple of good movies back in the day.
All his movies are good.
I like Frailty. All of them? All of them? Really?
Well, wait a minute.
What are those stupid romantic comedies he comes out with?
Failure to Launch is a beautiful film.
With Sarah Jessica Parker. And that one. What was that?
See, I'm not a
horrible
Sarah Jessica Parker fan.
How do you not like Reign of Fire?
I never saw Reign of Fire, the dragon movie with Christian Bale. I never saw that.
Awesome. That's when he got on the steroids.
Oh, okay.
Frailty's good. Chainsaw Massacre 4, he's good in.
Time to Kill was good. I like that.
Yeah. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is pretty good.
We're sure getting off the Expendables.
I tell you what, speaking of Magic Mike and all that, that made me think of, for some reason, 50 Shades of Grey, which they're trying to make a movie.
With Hermione Granger, whatever the frick her name is.
I don't know. All I know is the lead character of that S&M movie has got to be Nicolas Cage.
I hate Nicolas Cage. I can't stand him. I don't even like Raising Arizona. I think it's a stupid movie.
I like Cage. Dude.
I don't. I like Face Off. That's pretty much, I think, it.
That's the best action movie ever made in America.
Face Off is good. I really enjoyed. God, what was that? Drive Angry. Oh,
I love Drive Angry.
I didn't see it.
So me and you are the only two people that like it, I guess.
Nobody likes that, dude? I got that on Blu-ray.
No. So do I.
I wish I would have saw it in 3D, though.
3D was awesome.
Was it?
Yes. It's the reason we bought a 3D Blu-ray player, to be honest with you. My wife seemed to be a fan of it.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
my wife loves exploitation movies. So
nice.
And that was... like everybody gives so much credit to Machete and Hobo with the Shotgun, which are good movies, but Drive Angry, I thought, captured that 70s style just perfectly.
Well, I'm a huge carsploitation fan. That's probably my favorite type of exploitation movie, so I really enjoyed it. Amber Heard's smoking hot, too.
She's beautiful. She is beautiful. That's the only reason I might almost watch the movie, but Nicolas Cage is still too potent of a, shittiness for me to go near it. But you might definitely be on the bandwagon finally with Expendables 3, because word is that they officially offered him a role, and I guess he agreed to it.
He's accepted, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he got accepted. I don't know. The way I understood it was they offered it to him if that comes to fruition as far as the script goes, and he accepted it. So basically, he's there if they decide to utilize it, which I don't like, but... I've been able to be convinced by worse actors.
Who else are they going to get? Matt Damon?
Well, no, I don't think they have the pull to get Matt Damon.
Seagal said he signed for it.
Yeah, so they offered Seagal a role and all that good stuff, which I hate Steven Seagal. I like Mark for Death, okay, but that's pretty much the extent of it, I think. I just can't take him seriously.
Steven Seagal is like Jesus reincarnated on Earth. There's nothing that man can't do.
Jesus used to fast, and he was like, malnourished. Steven Seagal, he cleans out freaking buffets. The dude's huge.
Have you ever watched Lawman?
Oh, yes, I have seen Lawman.
That's the funniest show on television. Granted, it's unintentional, but it's the funniest show on television. It
is an entertaining show. It doesn't mean I like him. Like you said, it's unintentional. Gosh, I don't know. So it sounds to me like you're going to love Expendables 3 more than I will. So
I love
these amazing people in it.
I own every Steven Seagal movie. Every one, I still buy them. They're all good to me.
Even Exit Wounds, dude?
Exit Wounds is probably top 3.
Wow, okay. He's gained what? Weight?
Well, yeah, but in Exit Wounds, further proof how good he is. He does a backflip in that movie, a standing hand plant into a scissor kick. I don't know. I think Jet Li could learn some moves from this guy.
Oh, man. Okay.
Plus, he trains Anderson Silva.
Oh.
That's a joke, dude. He doesn't train.
Yeah, of course he does. He taught Anderson Silva the front kick. What are you saying? That guy learned that in a basic kickboxing class?
That's what he's trying to tell everybody, just to make himself look better.
You guys hear this right now? Listen, you hear this? I had to stop and take a piss. Yeah, I had to stop. I'm behind a building right now.
See, I'm not a huge Seagal fan. I mean, of course, I love the Under Siege movies, and I like the Glimmer Man. I mean,
The Glimmer Man's great.
I like Executive Decision because he gets ixnayed really quick.
Well, if you're a horror fan, you've seen Against the Dark, right?
I've never seen Against the Dark.
No.
That's where Seagal fights vampires.
No.
What? Never even heard of this.
Netflix, I think, is actually streaming it right now. Yeah, he fights vampires.
Really?
How old is this?
A couple of years.
Really? So it's
That
recent.
sounds awesome, dude.
I might have to make that an exception. I might watch that tonight, actually, if you're not pulling my leg.
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like
very
I
violent.
pulled it up, dude. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
Sounded too bad to be true, but I guess it's real. All right.
It's good. It's really a high recommendation.
I'm going to step back for a second because I heard you mention when you guys were talking about exploitation, you mentioned the likes of Machete. I've talked with River about this quite often. I'm not Machete because I think it's an okay movie, but it was overhyped to me, and I didn't think it was as good as it should have been. But it was good enough to where I think the sequel can totally redeem itself. Kind of like Expendables 2, which we'll get into officially, River and I. The second Expendables movie is everything that the first one should have been. And I think hopefully that's the way the new Machete will be, because I think they just kind of had something really good in the palm of their hands and they didn't quite execute it. But I don't know.
I really didn't realize how. I mean, I really like Machete, but it's a movie that doesn't hold up very well to me.
No,
I can't. The rewatch value is just not there. Like as I thought it would be when I picked up the Blu-ray and everything. I was like, I really enjoyed it in the theaters, but once I got home, it was kind of a different story. So that's just my opinion, though.
Even leaving the theaters, I was left wanting more, even though it was okay. But like I said, the idea is still strong. The vibe of it is still strong. I think they can make a totally killer sequel that'll make me just, forget about the first one. I mean, Mel Gibson, I think, will be fantastic. I think he always is, even if the movie isn't so good. And then, what is that, Charlie Sheen as the President of the United States? I don't even care if Lady Gaga's in it. That's fine with me. I think it'll be better than the first one, God willing. Well, so what was your take on it?
I think the movie unfortunately suffered from the whole look at my insane cast. But the two things I'll say about it was, one, watching Danny Trejo on Blu-ray is terrifying because you see every pop mark in his face.
Oh.
But once again, to prove how great Seagal is, when I closed my eyes and I heard him talk and go like, "What are you talking about, Punto?" I thought it was a Hispanic man in the next room. I mean, that man's accent was top notch.
It was ridiculous. What is he, Islander?
I had a good time with the movie. I thought it was fun.
What is Steven Seagal? Is he like part Polynesian descent, or what? Where does his ethnicity? It ain't Spanish. It ain't Hispanic.
He's Italian. I don't even think he's Italian because his Italian accent sucks worse than any of them. I don't know what he is. I think it's just, I don't know, just normal Caucasian.
Okay, I don't know. But he's not what he. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot Steven Seagal's in that movie. I think that's why subconsciously we brought it up. But didn't help it for me. I like Don Johnson though. Like I said, he didn't get the shine.
Yeah, he did good.
I really do I like Don Johnson a lot. Heck, man, I think they should have threw Mickey Rourke. I think belongs in a Machete movie, for God's sakes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mickey Rourke. I'm really rooting that he'll be in the next Expendables, actually, in the fields and getting dirty. Unlike
yeah, I'm a big fan of Mickey Rourke.
I love The Wrestler. It's fantastic. And I like his old B movie. I like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, with Big John Studd.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be bloody, but quick. Great movie. Total B movie. One of the... God, which Baldwin is that's in that? Daniel Baldwin? Oh, such a shit
They're all
actor.
the same, dude.
Daniel
much,
Baldwin. Yeah. Daniel Baldwin has the worst one-liners. He's the worst actor in the world. I mean, it's official. I'll take a Seagal accent over just Daniel Baldwin talking. But rock on. Well, who else is in Expendables 2? We need to get into that. I mean, who did we miss? Anybody else?
Yeah, you forgot the real star of it, Jason Statham.
Oh, Stallone's the main attraction, but Statham. I'm a huge Statham fan. Come on, no, I'm a huge Statham fan. He's this generation's Van Damme. You know, the foreign guy that can only do one accent, and he's pretty much the same guy in every movie. And not all his movies are good, but he's got a lot of good ones. But I still love the guy. He's pretty much the Van Damme of this generation. That's the way I see it. What do you think? I have to say, you know, I don't know. I really think his last movie, Safe, might be his best one.
It is his best one.
That's a good one.
Really liked it. Real good. I really liked it. Other than that, you know, I really liked War with him and Jet Li.
I was disappointed in that one.
Were you? Was it not as like explosive as you think it could have been with the two of them?
I the whole thing for me, I wanted them to have a fucking 15-minute fight because they didn't have it in the one either, and it was just a crime drama.
Yeah,
don't pay to watch people act.
I can understand you there. I really did like it though, and of course I do love the first Transporter.
Mechanic's up there too.
I really did like the remake of Mechanic.
Transporter 2, I think, is his best film.
Really? That's the worst Transporter movie, I think.
No, that's Man on Fire done right.
Okay, I don't know. I just think it's got the worst script, and it just Matthew Modine is such a horrible actor. I know he's capable of better, but he's so horrible in that movie. Like, why did he just decide to dumb it up? I don't know.
You know, and definitely, and I get a lot of shit on my show for it. If I had to pick between which Death Race I could only watch the rest of my life, I'd pick Statham's.
Oh, dude, okay, I forgot. Death Race is my top 3. And I hate Paul Anderson. Not W. Anderson, Paul Anderson. He, he does nothing but those Resident Evil movies and video game adaptations and remakes or whatever it is he's got, and he usually just turns everything, to shit. But I loved it. I loved Death Race. I thought the action was good. It was a good popcorn flick. Yeah, definitely. That's in my top 3. I think I have to round it out by Safe, Death Race, and maybe the first Transporter, for sure. Oh, wait.
Well, don't forget In the Name of the King, starring one of the greatest directors ever,
U-Bowl. No, good Lord. No. You know what?
If you follow our show, I have now proved that U-Bowl is the better director than George Romero.
You know what? I can't believe I actually sat down and watched that movie, but I couldn't believe I got past just turning over the DVD and looking at the back and seeing Burt Reynolds playing a Middle-earth king.
Damn right.
Burt Reynolds, he's got that dumbass mustache and that same little stupid-ass perm on the top of it. It's like Bruce. I can't take it. He looks like he's at a Halloween party. Bruce, or not Bruce, whatever. Whatever. It's a dumbass movie. And then there's part 2, which I didn't see, starring Dolph Lundgren, which he's an awesome one-liner guy, so I might eventually gag myself through that one. What? Come on, Dolph Lundgren, you don't like him?
I don't hate him, but okay, the guy's probably got 20, 30 movies under his belt, and he's made like 4 good ones.
I agree. He's not a leading man. And
he's not even a co-star.
Oh, come on. I like
guy looks like fucking Frankenstein.
Hey, that's one of the one-liners in the new Expendables 2. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not going to give too many spoilers or anything, but he's like, "Untie me, Frankenstein." You see the dumb look on his face, and it's hilarious.
Although I gotta say, apparently he has the biggest dick Brandon Lee's ever seen on a white man. So,
that's right.
RiverMan. Do I not quote that all the time?
That's still my favorite Dolph Lundgren film.
No, I love. How could you not like Showdown in Little Tokyo? It's one of my favorite action movies. And you know what? Brandon Lee's repertoire was so short, but I love that movie. And I like Rapid Fire too. I like Rapid Fire.
Awesome.
It is a great Powers Booth, man. He's like just yeah, I love Brandon Lee. It's too bad what happened to him because people love The Crow so much, but I think his preceding couple of films were far better than The Crow. But Showdown in Little Tokyo is awesome, and you have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man. Thanks. It's like stupid.
The Crow Part 4 isn't too shabby either.
Didn't make it that far. Is that the one with Eddie Furlong?
Yeah, the only thing that would have made it better instead of Furlong, I'd have put Feldman in it.
Better, you said? That would make it better.
That would have made it better. I'm a Feldman guy.
Might have prolonged his suicide a little longer, gave him a little sandwich money or something.
Furlong. You're not about Haim.
Oh, wait, yeah, I'm talking about Haim. Sorry, dude, the Corys, they're one and the same. Feldman's all right. He's the less bitchy of the two. You know, he's at least moved on with his life. I watched the two Corys, man. I had respect for Feldman. You know, he had a really nice house. He had a really attractive wife, and he had moved on.
All he does is hang out with Playboy Playmates now. I see on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a prick. I met him. He's a prick.
Is he?
Yes.
You know what? I love that. I love his short-lived singing career.
Oh,
but
horrible, dude.
Those like old clips from MTV or whatever channel he got on. I don't know.
Stern show, yeah.
He still has his band. I think he's got 4 or 5 albums out.
Yeah, probably. Do you know what movie that I forgot he had a cameo in, and I watched it the other day for the first time in a long time. He has a cameo in Maverick, the Mel Gibson
Yeah,
flick.
he's one of the bank robbers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
and of course, it's got Danny Glover and that whole "I'm too old for this shit." You know that's the one. You know that's the gimmick. And then he's just one of the. Yeah, I think he has one quick little line, and you barely don't even see him on center camera. Like I think if you weren't paying real close attention, you might miss him. But I'm like, sure enough, that's Corey Feldman.
Have you ever seen A Dangerous Place?
No.
Where Corey Feldman plays the evil kung fu kid who kills people with his tiger palm of death.
No, that sounds
like
awesome, though.
It's actually pretty damn good, to be honest with you.
Is that just on VHS?
Makes a great.
Or?
No, I've got the DVD. Makes a good double feature with Blown Away.
Oh, Blown Away, yeah.
My favorite Feldman movie is still the original Ninja Turtles movie. Come on. It is.
I watched that yesterday, actually.
Did you really?
My
Boss
kid likes
Nova! I think it's great. Chevy Nova. But I like it. Whatever. It's a good flick. I don't know. We could spin out of control with this all night long because we're just like connecting the dots here. Because now I want to talk about the new Michael Bay Turtles movie. I'll be here all night. At what point are we going to talk about it?
That got canceled.
No, it got delayed. It got delayed. They had to put it on the.
See that.
I wouldn't either. It got some production halt or something happened, but it's going to resume again. I know it's almost cool to hate on Michael Bay, so I'm not trying to be one of those hipsters, but I really do hate Michael Bay. He doesn't present anything good. I don't like anything he's done. I don't think.
Bad Boys is awesome.
See, you like Bad Boys a lot more than I do, but
He's Transformers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Transformers guy, among other stuff.
Oh, Transformers was good. 1 and 2 were awesome.
I didn't. I saw the first one, and then I didn't care to see the other two, just because I really didn't like the first one. It was nothing but a popcorn movie. I didn't see any substance in that story, any of that stuff. But
hey, they are what they are. I grew up playing with those toys, so
they are what they are. He aimed to make a popcorn movie, and he pleased a lot of people doing it. So,
I don't like to think when I watch a movie. That's why I like action movies. If I want to think, I'll read a book.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know. I guess
The Rock was a good movie.
That wasn't Michael Bay. But was Michael Bay The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was. I'm thinking Con Air.
No,
that was
he directed The Rock. Michael Bay.
Yeah,
Con Air's good too.
Simon West did Con Air. I like Con Air.
Con Air's badass.
Yeah, Rock's all right. I like Rock okay, and I like Sean Connery in that. I like Sean Connery, period. But they should put Sean Connery in the Expendables. I know he's not necessarily an action guy, but man, the best James Bond there ever was.
No way, hell, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore, your ass. Come on. I love
Roger
Sean
Moore's
Connery.
fucking awesome.
You know what? And Sean Connery is the only reason why I can watch any of the Indiana Jones movies. The third one. I like the third Indiana Jones movie because of him. And I honestly don't care for any of the other ones so much. Probably because I never saw him when I was a little kid. But I don't know. I like Sean Connery. I think he's a stud. I would do him, I guess. He's pretty old now. He actually held up his age for a while. Then it's just like all of a sudden 5 years he did become an old man. Like what happened? But yeah, I don't know. Are we going to roll into the Expendables? Are we actually going to talk about the flick, Todd? Or River?
I've never actually seen Expendables 2 yet, so I'm probably going to check out for that part of it.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll take a little break and then we'll jump into that. But throw out your your podcast and everything again, Cory, and where we can find it again.
And once again, it's Bloodbaths and Boomsticks. That's bloodbathsandboomsticks.blogspot.com. Be sure to like our Facebook page because we update it about 40 times a day. We got a lot of good shows planned. I'm going to be covering Showdown, where Billy Blanks plays a janitor who trains a kid to fight in the arena of death after he gets bullied.
I've seen that.
That's a great movie.
I saw it on Skinamax.
We've got a lot of good stuff. I got some more Lorenzo Lamas action movies coming up. We're going to be doing a commentary on Cannibal Holocaust.
Nice.
We're going to do a show about World's Toughest Janitors.
That's awesome.
The Clancy Brown retrospective is coming up.
Very nice.
All kinds of stuff. You never know what to expect over on our show, and you'll often hear me talk about why the Walking Tall remake with The Rock is far superior to the Walking Tall remake or Walking Tall original.
Dude, I love the remake. It's awesome.
I agree.
Remake. Oh yeah, that was a fun episode to do. And you can also read my written reviews over at Big Kahuna Movie Reviews at bigkahunamoviereviews.blogspot.com.
Sweet. And you guys are pumping out episodes once a week now, aren't you?
Yeah, we record every Sunday.
Nice.
This week, I'm not sure when this episode is going to drop. This week, we will be covering. Kyle is covering The Midnight Meat Train.
Sweet.
Tim is doing Cannibal Campout, and I will be discussing Immortal Combat, starring Sonny Chiba, Tiny Lister Jr., and Hot Rod Rowdy Roddy Piper.
That sounds awesome.
I'm tuning in for that one. That's awesome, dude.
And
that's a winner.
That's a great movie. I highly recommend that to anyone. We got some Roddy Piper stuff coming up. And, we've already covered the horror movie starring Kurt Angle, Psycho Sid, and who was the other guy? Kevin Nash. River of Darkness, I think that was called. I missed that one.
Hey, Kevin Nash is awesome in The Punisher.
Kevin, we had our last show, the one that just went up the other day, was all about the 3 Punisher films and the comics and the video game.
Cool. That's a good one, too. I got to start hitting the archives then.
We have 22 episodes up so far.
I think Thomas Jane Punishers are our favorite, all 3 of us then, huh?
Yeah, that was my favorite. Have you guys seen Dirty Laundry?
Have not.
No, huh?
Go to YouTube and type in Punisher Dirty Laundry. It is a 10-minute movie Thomas Jane and Ron Perlman made about the Punisher. It is fucking awesome.
See, Thomas Jane's one of those guys that I don't think he can do a lot of wrong. He's a lot like Simon Pegg. Even if the movie's kind of lackluster, he's too charming to where you still can watch the movie. He can hold a subpar movie up. Just like Simon Pegg or somebody like that. He's a great, I think he's a great actor. Very underrated and criminally underrated.
And he's a chameleon, It took me a while to recognize him in Boogie Nights, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. He's fantastic in that.
Everybody's fantastic in that one.
I liked the show Hung. It got canceled after its 3rd season.
It didn't come back.
It didn't get renewed for a 4th season this year. But I love it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah,
well, that's cool, man.
That was a really good show.
It really was. I have to go back and watch that episode though. So stoked about that. Or listen to it rather.
The other thing I got to say is when you mentioned El Gringo and Get the Gringo.
Oh,
El Gringo, you got to check out. You can pick it up for some odd reason. Walmart is the exclusive distributor of After Dark Action, and it stars Scott Adkins, who is Van Damme's right-hand man in The Expendables 2.
Exactly, and I love Assassination Games, which he co-stars with Scott Adkins as well.
Yes,
that was a good one. Did you
2 and 3 as Boyko? They were great.
Scott Adkins.
This guy is badass. This is his starring role, and it's very good. It tries a little too hard to be hip. The kid who made it really wanted to be Robert Rodriguez, which only Robert Rodriguez can be Robert Rodriguez. But the movie's very good. It's like I said, you pick it up for $7 or $8. I highly recommend it.
Is it on Blu-ray?
Get the Gringo. No, it only got a DVD. They didn't bother to put it on Blu-ray.
Oh, the After Dark films aren't on Blu-ray, because at first I wanted to see the After Dark's movie Dragon Eyes, but I wouldn't watch it because it was on Blu-ray. It's not on Blu-ray. But then I downloaded it, and it sucks so bad. I'm glad I didn't buy the DVD.
It's awful.
It is so bad.
It's a very, very bad film.
What kills me is they made the coolest trailer out of such a shit movie. Like, it's such bait and switch. Mm-hmm. That tells you what they can do with the trailer. It's just manipulating, because I thought it was going to be so cool. But horrible movie, River. I'm glad I was able to take that bullet for you, and you don't have to waste an hour and a half of your time, because it's not.
I actually wasted an hour and a half of my time watching The Hunger Games because the trailer looked cool. It reminded me of Battle Royal.
I have to watch.
And I only got an hour and a half of the. No, you don't. Just. It sucks. I didn't finish it.
Oh. Yeah, the old lady wants to watch it next week, I'm sure. So
it just seems like a PG-13 watered down teen battle royale, which we all love battle royale.
It is. Battle Royale's awesome.
It's a great flick. Which I actually Battle Royale 2 yet.
Games. Battle Royale 2 sucks. It has nothing to do with the original.
I've heard it sucks. That's why I kind of shied away from it, because I didn't want to taint the. I almost watched it right after I saw the first one the first time, and I'm like, I've heard things, and I don't want to taint the experience I just had, type of deal.
I'm actually the guy that goes to the video store every Tuesday and buys all the new releases, because when you have a 3-year-old, renting a movie will cost you just as much in late fees. So I really hated the movie. Hour and a half in, all I liked was Woody Harrelson's wig. So I actually took my Blu-ray cover, scanned it, photoshopped it, and now it's labeled under the Battle Royale with Cheese edition.
That's awesome, dude.
That's funny. Rock on. So what? Really quick, I know.
I can.
Yeah, Get the Gringo. I was going to say, what was your beef with that flick? Because I really liked it.
I don't like Mel Gibson.
It's a bias thing.
I think it's only fitting that the modern day Fuhrer would be in a movie where the title is a ethnic slur.
Well, you know what? That's why the movie works, because you know what? It is Mel Gibson and his pure, just raw concentrate. You know what? Maybe he is a bigot. He is kind of extreme, and he's himself in that movie. It's like he's not trying to be anything else, and that's the Mel Gibson I like. I like crazy suicidal Mel Gibson from the original Lethal Weapon. I like Mel Gibson in that. I don't like Mel Gibson in What Women Want. I want Mel Gibson to be Mel Gibson.
He peaked at that. What Women Want is fantastic. I wanted to fuck Helen Hunt when I saw that movie, for God's sakes.
While it was exfoliating.
I think he's a great.
That wasn't.
You know what?
He's a good actor. All kidding aside, he's a very good actor. Yeah,
but he's a great storyteller. Even his movie. I know Braveheart is factually inaccurate. Everybody knows about all that controversy, but it's a good movie, and there was a good story, and he told a good story that was written for him. And The Patriot, I watched that again for the 10th time last night. I love that movie. He's fantastic in it. He didn't direct it. I understand that.
Now, you want to watch The Real Patriot, starring Steven Seagal, where he has to save a town from pollution.
Captain Planet. Good Lord. Okay.
And he wears a nice Indian coat through the whole movie.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. We got to watch The Real Patriot. We should do a side-by-side comparison episode of this Patriot versus this Patriot. Well, I don't know. Who's the better actor? Anyway, I like it. I like that. I get the bingo. Okay.
Have you not seen Hard to Kill?
I have seen Hard to Kill.
Well, there's proof right there when he's in the coma. He looks like Jesus with that beard.
Yeah.
Do I need to say any more?
And he's boning the chick from Weird Science. He used to be married to her, but I don't know.
Married for a while.
That was his prime, I guess you'd call it, and that was an okay movie. I liked Marked for Death, all right, but it's you go anywhere past that.
Yeah, that's my favorite one, actually. Marked
to Death has to be the best. Screwface. I mean, he's a great little villain. Yeah. But
the only bitch I would give any Seagal film, if I had to give you a legitimate complaint, is like every Van Damme movie is kind of the same. He gets the shit beat out of him, then he hulks up and he beats the guy, usually followed by a few spin kicks. Seagal, no one ever gets a punch on him. He just wipes the floor with everybody. So there's really no big fight scene at the end. He just mauls through everyone.
I don't know. I don't mind the heroes getting the crap kicked out of them. Even like a John McClane type of guy. John McClane usually gets the target. I like the real guys. The guys you can almost relate to, just as much as your superhero almost type action stars that are just unstoppable. I don't know. I don't mind it.
See, at our show, I'm a big fan of Lorenzo Lamas action movies. And I always like he has the nice balance of a good 10-minute final fight in his films. We just covered Snake Eater, where the hillbillies kill his family and kidnap his sister so they can breed with her because they're tired of inbreeding. So he takes a Harley Davidson and a jet ski and combines them and goes to the bayous to kill the hillbillies.
That sounds awesome, dude.
That really does sound good. Did you? I bet you're a Kevin Sorbo fan too, for God's sakes.
I liked Hercules.
Did you like Renegade, Lorenzo Lamas' show back in the day?
I have the box set of all 5 seasons.
So that's a yes.
Prominently displayed in my media room.
Were you just as big of a Walker Texas Ranger fan too, or are you just all about those?
I hate Chuck Norris.
You hate Chuck Norris? I'm not a Chuck Norris fan either.
He's only made one good movie.
With the Bruce Lee fight, that whole deal. He fought Bruce Lee. That's about where he ends. And the missing in action movies, I guess.
No.
Oh, Sidekicks? Is that what you're aiming at?
Sidekicks, you're damn right, because he was carried by the great Joe Piscopo.
The Joe Piscopo. He was carried.
Who was in our Hall of Fame, might I add.
Really? You guys already have a Hall of Fame, huh?
The only good movie Vincent Price ever did was Dead Heat, because Joe Piscopo carried his old ass in that one too.
Todd, you're a Piscopo fan, aren't you? You've talked about him. River, did you leave us?
Yeah, sorry, I had to take a piss, man.
I said you're a Piscopo fan too. He's name dropped. We're talking about Piscopo.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
He's in their Hall of Fame. I guess he thinks he carries everybody he's ever been in a film with. Which, I like Sidekicks. I never saw the Vincent Price flick. But that.
You never saw Dead Heat?
Nope.
I haven't seen that either.
Dead Heat's awesome with him and Treat Williams. Oh, it's where him and Treat Williams. Where they're cops and they're fighting this guy that keeps bringing zombies to life to rob banks and shit. Super bloody.
Yeah. That's streaming on Netflix. I've been meaning to watch that.
Is it really?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, 2 thumbs up.
We've got to watch that, River. Norris?
He doesn't even compete anymore, kid. And the main reason is because of me.
Joe Piscopo's awesome. I mean, that man is on a nice, healthy dose of steroids, and it never ruined his career.
What never ruined his career?
Johnny Dangerously. See, the only good movie Michael Keaton ever did, carried by Joe Piscopo.
God. I don't like Johnny Dangerously that much. Yeah, even though I love Michael Keaton. He makes it watchable at times. He's good, but yeah, it's not my favorite Michael Keaton flick. But I don't worship at the Episcopal altar quite like you. He sucks. What? Come on, man, Jack Frost.
I like the real Jack Frost with the.
No, I do the horror movie Jack Frost, the horror flick, dude. That movie is ridiculous. I love it too. It's a guilty pleasure. What's that with that? Oh, go ahead.
One of the worst Michael Keaton movies has to be White Noise, though. That movie is horrible. I saw it in theaters.
It wasn't very good, but come on, shut your mouth. Come on, Batman.
Even though I love Michael Keaton, I love Batman. First Batman's the king.
Batman Returns is the king. I think.
No, for me, first Batman's king.
I love the first Batman too. It's a close second, but I love Batman Returns. I think they just really hit it on the head.
Batman Begins.
I don't get me wrong. I love Begins too. Begins is my favorite Nolan by far.
Beetlejuice? You don't like Beetlejuice?
You know,
Yeah, you don't like strong Beetlejuice.
Really.
Man.
I'd fuck Gina Gold, in the ass, but I didn't like the movie very much.
You mean Gina Davis?
Gina Davis.
Yeah. Dude, she's like 7 foot tall. Gold. Could you get it up there?
Yeah.
I don't know who Gina Gold is.
You're thinking about Ashley Gold from Hardcore Pawn.
You're goddamn right. I'm always thinking about Ashley Gold.
Oh, you are.
So,
God, she's fucking hot. I want to go to American Jewelry and Loan and fuck her in the ass behind a dumpster out back.
Yeah, I love it. You say that. That's awesome, man.
While I'm wearing my lucha mask.
Well, Father Dear is watching.
Which makes her dad looks like the Jewish Danny Trejo. I'm sorry.
He does, too. The mom?
He does.
I find this
the mom ain't bad looking.
Too. No, she's not.
She ain't bad looking for 60-year-old broad. No, she ain't bad looking at all.
Well,
Ashley's hot. I really. She's in our Hall of Fame.
I don't know why you guys like her so much. I don't get it.
I never said I liked her.
You said you liked her before she put on pounds.
She looked good, but now she's turning into a slob, I think. But
a little bit. That's okay. Fat chicks need loving too.
I never said there's anything wrong with fat chicks, but yeah, she's kind of turned.
No, I've said on our show they call me the fat chick thriller, and that ain't because I like Mike Awesome.
Oh, I think you need to talk to my our good friend Dr. Sleaze. He's the king of fat chicks. You guys would just have a ball with each other. But
fat chicks are all right.
Hey, they're all right. Sure, they are. But yeah, God bless you guys being around to, spread it on. I don't know. But, God, what else? Anyway, Beetlejuice, you don't like it. I'm pretty sure if Joe Piscopone played the role of Beetlejuice, you'd like it. It's too bad. But...
Of course.
Of course. God, we could just keep talking and talking and talking and talking. I think we need to get into the Expendables, too, though. I never really told you.
What were you saying?
I just wanted to say, because I said I was going to say something about Get the Gringo. I liked Get the Gringo. I finished it. I thought Mel Gibson was great. Like I said, it was Mel Gibson in his all honest, pure form. I thought the kid in it he co-starred with did a great job. I thought he was a great little actor. And I don't know. It was a gritty movie. It wasn't too violent, not as violent as it could have been. But to me, I wasn't bored. I actually watched it 3 times in about a week with 3 different people, and I had no problem with it. So I recommend it. But anyway, yeah, we need to roll into the Expendables 2.
Yeah, let's roll into a break, and yeah, Corey, we appreciate you coming on, man. And
sure.
Hey, no problem. You guys ever want to come on our show? We record on Sunday nights. You got an open invitation.
Cool.
We need to.
Likewise, man. Yeah, you guys are always welcome on our show. So just just keep it all the podcasts, and it's nice to have friends that do other podcasts and shit too. So. Especially somebody from our own hometown, which is pretty cool. So,
yeah,
right across the street, pretty much. So,
pretty much.
You guys done stroking each other off? I'm not. I'm from Missouri.
Dude, you've been stroking off fucking guys at the gym for the past 2 hours, so you can shut your fucking mouth.
Dude, I don't go to the gym with all the meatheads, man. I go to the rehabilitation center. It's all the old people, man. See, I like to show them up. I like to look good in front of somebody.
I like to see the Chinese egg rolls in the fucking locker room.
That was the Chinese gym I attended. Yes, that was quite the experience. But we'll get into the Chinese people and stuff when we talk about Expendables 2, for God's sakes. Come on. We've got to roll into it.
Yeah. Well, let's roll into a break. And you want to roll us out, Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're listening to Behind the Mask Podcast. This is Cory G from Bloodbath and Boomsticks. Take it easy.
That movie was pretty good.
What? That movie gets an MG straight up MG material.
Honey, is that Robert De Niro across the street?
Hey, yo.
Sure looks like him. Can't be, though.
Yeah, you.
He's calling to us. Let's just go.
But it's Bobby fucking D, honey.
Hey, yo. That's right. It's Bobby fucking De Niro over here. Hey, a lot of people don't know this about me. Yeah, I'm mingling down here with the drug dealers, the pimps, the pushers, the low-level gangsters, you know. Honestly, I'm slinging some shit myself. You may not know this about me, but I'm a fan of podcasts. Yeah, I've been listening to these guys, Bloodbaths and Boomsticks. A couple of knuckleheads from around the way. You got John Smallberries. What a fucking name on this guy. You got Cory G. The guy's fucking half retarded over here. Likes John Woo, for fuck's sake. Then you got Tim Gross. He's got the movie-watching Constitution of a Billy Goat. Hey, find these guys at bloodbathsandboomsticks.blogspot.com. Long fucking name, but just go find it. It's worth it. You knuckleheads got that?
Yeah?
Bloodbaths and Boomsticks. It's on the house.
Loaded?
Somebody's hooked.
And I pronounce you man a knife.
You and your little psychotic gang of mutts. Today is payback. 6 months of pure plutonium is powerful enough to change the balance of the world. Imagine what 5 tons would do.
You're gonna need more men if you expect to get out of here alive.
I'm back. You can't let the contents of that safe fall into the wrong hands.
What's the plan?
Track them, find them, kill them.
Here we go!
How did you do that? Lucky me.
Get in!
His shoe is bigger than this car.
Shoot something! You're doing what I think you're doing.
Yeah, I am.
You're gonna need a new plane.
Hey guys, we're back. It's the RiverMan and The Goose, and the Goose has a mouthful of nuts. What's going on, Goose?
Mixed nuts.
Mixed nuts?
Not too much. Once again, thanks a lot. Thanks to Cory for providing us with a lot of great insight on his knowledge of action flicks.
Yeah,
quite a few in there I want to check out.
That dude knows everything about action flicks, man. Yeah,
And boy, he loves his Steven Seagal and his Lorenzo Lamas and his Joe Piscopo. God bless the man.
yeah.
But
A lot of good insight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out a lot of their back catalogs too, because like I said, I just started listening to podcasts again. It's been a while for me, so
speaking of, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just threw them on here probably last week, and God, I really got a kick out of them because I mean they flow really well together, and damn, they've had a lot of shows under their belt too. I mean they've blown us away on the amount of shows they put out. But
well, on the topic of it's been a while for us. Period. And we took a bit of a break, and we haven't had an official show out in a while. So it feels real good to be back. It feels right to kickstart this whole deal again. And what's it? We got a lot of stuff coming up. We're ready to kick it into high gear. You guys are going to go to KC Crypticon, representing Behind the Mask, Friday over the weekend.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that before we get into Expendables.
Okay, basically Lush and I are taking off Friday, and we're going to talk, try to come out with some good interviews best we can. We're going to stay through Sunday, so we're going to do the best about, getting interviews, hopefully with Michael Berryman and whoever else we can get, of course. But
the little twerp from Walking Dead.
Yeah, what's his name?
Chandler Riggs.
Chandler Riggs. Yeah, I just told you. If he's going to be there the whole weekend, we don't really know yet. But Tom Atkins is going to be there. The mutant from what's his name? He's known as the mutant. I just forgot his name. I just told you. Hills Have Eyes.
Got me.
Michael Berryman.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about a different one. We already talked about it. I thought we already mentioned Michael Berryman. Of course, Daniel Harris.
Yeah.
Pinhead himself, Doug Bradley. And sadly, the two bigger draws for me, cancels. Tom Savini and Ernie Hudson, the Black Ghostbuster. Very, very underrated actor, I think. That's a shame, man. That's really too bad.
You know what?
What's up?
The one person that I wanted there hasn't canceled yet is Jason Lively. So hopefully can both put on Rusty berets or whatever and take a picture together. Rusty.
Really, Frank?
Rusty. That'd be sweet, dude. But yeah, there's some pretty good draws there. So I'm looking forward to it, and Lush and I are looking forward to we actually have single beds this time, so we won't have to sleep together like a whorehound. So it might be a little better.
That's very cool. All right, we're looking forward to that, and we'll give up-to-date coverage on that whole expo. Getting right into it, the chat we had with Cory was a great precursor to the Expendables, sort of the mother of all action films if you're, about quantity and quality, because Expendables 2 is everything that I think the first one was, should have been and was meant to be. And I love the first one for what it's worth, but it had its problems.
Dialogue was horrible.
Dialogue was really bad for the most part. There were some good one-liners, but a lot of them, the comedic timing was really off, which totally, botched them. And, but I still really enjoyed it for what it was. This one takes everything that it kind of foddered at and excels in all those areas. So definitely fantastic. I like it enough to where I actually saw it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all back-to-back days, and it didn't get old or stagnant once. So a lot of great one-liners. And one thing I'll say about it is that every single Expendable shines in it way more than the first one. That was the problem with the first one, is it wasn't balanced. It should have been called Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham and their Expendables, because it was really about those two guys, and even they didn't really have much backstory, and that was it. The rest of the guys had like a kill, and they had like maybe a line. This one, they evened it out pretty well, and everybody's likable, and I think the only person that didn't really have a whole lot of growth was Dolph Lundgren. And the only reason I say that is because he was already pretty good in the first one.
Yeah.
He was the best one in the first one.
Didn't really... Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. No, he's...
Turn off your... Turn it down for like 20 seconds. No. But he didn't have a huge role in the film.
But you know what? He makes his exit after the first 15 minutes or so, but the time that he's in this movie, he whoops ass. I mean, his fight scene is one of my favorite in the movies. He brings the kung fu, element into it, and it's a shame we didn't have that the rest of the movie, but I think it's not such a bad thing that they had one Expendable exit. It made a little bit more room for them to breathe. In fact, they probably need to keep that trend going, and maybe have one or two exit. But it really flowed really well, and Van Damme was an excellent villain. The first time I watched it, he was an excellent villain, but at the same time, it also didn't really sit well with me because I was so used to him being a good guy that he was so good as a bad guy, it kind of bugged me. Like, man, he's too good at being a bad guy. It's just kind of like killing it. He's too good. And then by the time I watched it the second time, I just accepted it, and he was awesome. His lines are great. I don't think... My only minor complaint is that I wish they would have let him flex his muscles a little bit more in the middle of the movie, like maybe one extra fight scene or something. But I really can't complain too much. There wasn't a whole lot of backstory or anything on him, but at the same time, it was a little bit justified because he was just another rival mercenary. He was doing it for the money. Yeah. He was a hired gun. So, we didn't really need a whole lot of saturated backstory from him. The plot was much too fast paced, and there's other stuff going on. So I think it was it kept its balance. What do you think, River? What's your impressions?
The thing about the film that I really enjoyed better than the first one was Randy Couture didn't really have a good role in it, which I thought he was horrible in the first one. And he really didn't have any speaking parts in this one, which I thought was perfect for him. That Chuck Norris has his little cameo, his little, internet, speeches or whatever, which is kind of funny for a matter of seconds.
That's a bit of a spoiler too.
Spoiler. Okay, shit. Sorry. Spoiler. Turn it down for 20 seconds. Okay, he's not in it for scenes, which is good.
He's got two. He's not, he's got one big scene, and he's in the final big scene, and, you see him at the very last scene. He's almost as weighty as Arnold and Bruce in the movie, honestly. But I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of his prior, but you know what?
Either.
His role in the movie was funny. I found myself laughing, and it doesn't really help progress the story at all. It's just totally for the fans, like a big laugh moment and all that deal, but that's what the movie's kind of about. It's not like a movie where True Lies is a serious action film, got terrorism and all that stuff, but there's also the funny one-liners, kind of like a 90-10 split. This is like a 50-50 split between an action movie and a comedy. It really is. It's like don't really take it too seriously, but it's still serious, I don't know.
And then one person that really surprised me in this film that I was, I liked him going into this. I'll wait a second.
Sorry.
Okay, that I really enjoyed in this film was Terry Crews. I thought he did a hell of a job in this film. His one-liners were great, and his presence on screen was great, I thought. So
he really, really shined. He showed the most growth because in the first one, he was, not to use the title of the film, but he was rather expendable, like a lot of the other cast.
Yeah.
But this just shows you how a better script, a better dialogue can do for somebody. Because Terry Crews shined. Everything he said was funny. His comedic timing was great. Timing is everything. The Expendables one-liners probably would have been a lot better if they were just timed better. I don't know. I can't really.
And he kind of took over the role of Dolph Lundgren in the first one, I thought, Terry Crews.
How so? How do you think?
With his, I thought with his whole demeanor, his one-liners, his presence on screen, because I thought Dolph Lundgren was probably the main attraction of the first film.
Oh, you mean as far as one-liners go and entertainment and comedy? Yeah, he definitely had that going for him. Even though Dolph Lundgren is hilarious in this one. I think he's great.
No, he's great in this one, but I thought Terry Crews was just, I don't know, I thought he shined a little bit more in this one.
Sorry about all the traffic, folks. I have to say that Terry Crews definitely gets everything he was a part of was nothing but laughs. But I still give Dolph Lundgren my funniest moment in the whole movie. There's a scene in the flick where they're going around just talking about what would they eat if, they had to have their last meal. That whole scene, and Dolph Lundgren caps it off. I busted a gut laughing 3 nights in a row, even though I knew it was coming. At that he gives the dumbest looks on his face, purses his lips. It's so funny, man. So the movie's hilarious. Arnold, Arnold's the king of one-liners, but he's not. I think he's outshined by some of the Expendables, but he's actually.
He's outshined by Terry Crews when he throws the gun at him. He's like, "If you don't give this back, I'll terminate your ass." I love that.
He's like in your dreams. But Arnold has some funny one-liners though. Like right off the bat, I don't want to give any spoilers because I'll just say a one-liner you will hear is Arnold when he looks to Dolph Lundgren, and we mentioned this before actually earlier with Cory, but I love it. It's like, "Untie me, Frankenstein." It's just ridiculous. Arnold is a little rusty, you can tell. I think he needs to keep dusting off a little bit because, I don't know, his acting is a lot cheesier in this movie than it was in his later days. But he sounds really great in that new Last Stand movie. So
Bruce Willis is pretty. He wasn't too cheesy in this film. I mean, he was actually pretty solid, I thought.
No, yeah. They definitely. It was everything that I expected it to be, and it was everything that I wanted it to be. Like, I wasn't falling for some gimmick like in the first one where it's like and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis. I pretty much knew we were going to get like a second of screen time from them. And in this one, they've marketed the whole time saying they both have substantially bigger roles. Now, I knew from the get-go that they're not going to be in it the whole time like Stallone or whatever. They were in it about as much as I figured they would be. They went from having that one scene in the church in the first movie to this one where they have like 3 really meaty scenes each in the movie.
Yeah.
And plenty of dialogue, and it's all I could ask for. It was done really well. But River, I want your opinions on Van Damme because I think he's fantastic and he deserves to be acknowledged.
Like I was saying, I was telling you this earlier. This was his breakout role, man. I think that he was phenomenal in this as the bad guy. I think he should be getting some more work after this film. I mean, especially if he got a little bit more screen time, I think he would get more. But I thought he was phenomenal, man. He totally pulled off the bad guy role in this film.
Great one-liners too. Even though he's the only one, he's not silly. Terry Crews and Statham, they've all got kind of the witty one-liners, kind of be funny or whatever. He doesn't. He's pure serious all the time, but he's still got great one-liners. And I apologize. I've been walking around screaming Van Damme one-liners from that movie the last few days, and they're not necessarily goofy. It's just the way he talks, and I love, are you afraid of me? No, you should be. I don't know. It's just, there's something about the guy. There's charm. And I like Simbo. This is a god, the pet of Satan, so they say. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about the guy, but he's phenomenal in it. The bouts, the fight scene everybody knows about with Stallone and him at the end is almost worth the admission alone.
It is, yeah.
It's really, really good. So, I don't know, man. I honestly, before I would give the Expendables, the original one, an 8, just because, for what it is, I loved it. But since now we've been given the Expendables 2, which just blows it out of the water. It is 20 times the movie the first one is. I don't know how I'm going to be able to watch the first one ever again. It's one of those type of deals.
I'll watch them back to back.
But the second one puts the first one to shame. And now that, God, I think Expendables,
I'd give it a 5 out of 5.
Give it a perfect score.
Me too.
Yeah. And like I said, this is a perfect score coming at it for what it is.
Yeah,
it's not meant to be taking 100% seriously. It's kind of it's got a lot more comedy in there. At the same time, it's a nice balance. But if you're going in for a nice blow-em-up movie, popcorn flick with some funny one-liners, because that's what it is. It's a homage to all the old-school action where they just blow stuff up, fire guns, have big muscles, and a lot of cheesy, goofy one-liners. It's a movie for the fans that put all those guys on the map. So if you're looking at it from that angle, it's a perfect score. I think it's fantastic.
I give it a perfect score, too, and I even thought that Liam Hemsworth's really good in it, and so is Nan Yu, or whatever her name is, Nan Yu.
Yeah,
or
I like her better than the Latin American chick from the first one.
Yeah, she was really good in it, I thought. And, of course, Hemsworth was really good in it, too. And a lot of people are like, oh, Liam Hemsworth is like, I don't want to, watch it because he's in it. But he was actually really good in it, man.
From a marketing standpoint, I know why they put him in there. We need a little bit of draw. We got to draw a little bit of the younger crowd. Let's pull it in there a little bit. But you know what? I'm the same way, man. His role was really well. The way they did everything was classy. He didn't congest everything, and like I said, the movie was really, really, really put together and paced and evened out really, really well. You know what? I might sound crazy. I watched it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of last week. I'm going to go and see it again Sunday for a 4th time because it's that darn good, man. I have so much fun watching it. So much fun. So it's definitely this is how I like to usually grade movies, and that's when their home video release. Is it worth a theater? Is it worth a rent? Is it worth a buy? All that stuff. Obviously, it's worth me seeing 4 or 5 times in theaters. Call me a fanboy. It's a first day buy for me.
First day buy for me, too.
So, fantastic. And I'm looking forward to seeing what that Blu-ray looks like, because the first Blu-ray for the first Expendables looks incredible, and this will no doubt look amazing as well. Oh, I do want to touch on that really quick. Let's talk about the more film end of things. This movie looks beautiful. I love the setting. I love the Eastern European vibe. I like how foggy the woods are. Just the whole vibe, very dull and dreary. amazing setting. I far prefer that South American setup. It's so good. It's got a very, just very drab feel about the whole movie. It's amazing. I think it's great. I love.
No, it's really good. No, I totally agree with you. It totally sets the mood for what it should be.
Yeah, and I just want to say, on kind of going back to the whole cinematography and just the way it looks, Van Damme's first appearance. Oh, big old truck going past me. Van Damme's first appearance, God, it might not be able to be topped by him, because I'm just going to say there's that whole scene where they're in the foggy, misty woods, and he just like kind of appears, him and his cronies kind of appear in the mist. Dude, it's awesome. I think that's such a great shot. I love that. It's incredible. And
one thing I want to throw out there, I saw it in this D-Box or whatever. It's basically like a kind of a simulator thing where you sit in the chair and it like moves as the movie's going. So you feel every gunshot. You feel, when they're revving up the engines on their motorcycle, it like goes along with everything. And it threw me. One of the scenes towards the end, it actually threw me out of my chair because there's just like huge explosions, and I don't want to give anything away of what happened, but it was just amazing. So yeah, I would highly recommend seeing. If you're a fan of action films, see it in the D-Box. It's a few dollars more, but I ended up getting that $7.50 off when I bought the Expendables on Blu-ray, and I think I spent like an extra couple dollars or something, but it was definitely worth it, man. Especially a movie like that.
And I hope that's the new wave. I hope that those D-Boxes start going everywhere, because I don't have them in my city, and I would kill to see it in one of those deals. So hopefully that's the new standard. I would like to see those take off and maybe do away with the 3D, because I can live without that. But you brought it up, and I want to talk about that again, guys. I think everybody should go out and support this movie. It's still number one. It's doing well, but it's not doing as well as they thought it would be. It's a couple million a day behind the original, and it's got a bigger budget, so that might not mean the best things for it. But word of mouth, go see it. And River was saying, Best Buy's got a deal right now. They've re-released a bunch of the Stars' old retro movies with $7.50 off tickets to see the Expendables 2. I went out and bought First Blood. I bought Kickboxer. They got Universal Soldier. They've got the original Expendables.
They got T2 and Expendables. Yeah.
All kinds of movies. So, really, if you see a matinee show, that more than covers a matinee show, and it's probably $1.50 shy of a night show. So you're basically getting a movie, a home movie, one of your favorite classic action flicks, and a ticket to see this new, soon-to-be classic for, all of $9. It's a great deal. Go out. Yeah. Hopefully that's a little incentive for people to go out and check it out.
And watch out for Best Buy trying to screw you over in the new Total Recall movie, too.
Yeah, we need to bring that up, too, man. Best Buy's on our crap list lately. Yeah. Their inventory has gotten worse and worse and worse as computers have taken over and over and over. And recently they've gone through a remodel, and their inventory's gotten even less. Now they literally got one rack of Blu-rays. They got one rack of CDs. I go in there, and I can't find new releases. River, I call him up in vents every week when I go in there, and almost every time I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm a video game nerd, there's a game called The Last Story that North American audience has been waiting for to come out for a year. Everybody else in the world has it. It came out last Tuesday. I went to Best Buy. Oh, they don't have it. They didn't have it this week either. What was it, River? Yesterday, Blu-ray, Halloween 4 and 5 came out in Blu-ray. They don't have it. Yeah, they didn't get any in. It's like, where am I going to go in town to get Halloween 4 and 5 now? It's like you guys are closing down all the mom and pop shops. Walmart doesn't carry the stuff. What am I left with? And, of course, they tell me, well, go to the website. Like, well, you know what? If I had to do all my shopping online, I wouldn't drive here. Like, why do I want you to sit there and order it online for me? I didn't come here so you can order it online for me right here. It's like, so they're not doing too well by me, but that's my grinded gears for the day. Screw those guys.
Speaking of the total opposite, I checked out the T2 Skynet edition I picked up on Blu-ray.
Fantastic,
and, I watched the director's cut, and a lot of those scenes I forgot about. Those are fucking great, dude. I love the actual director's cut, dude.
Some of them you can tell were necessary to cut out because they didn't actually progress the story any. But a couple of them are really good. But they're actually all enjoyable. Like, I understand why they took out the Arnold smiling scene, the goofiness, because it kind of broke the serious moment of it. Because it goes straight into the whole, do you think we're going to make it? It does. I get that. But as far as special content, man, it's got so much content in it.
I thought it was cool when T-1000 killed the dog, Max or whatever, and then he yanked his chain and saw Max on there. I thought that was kind of a powerful scene.
Did you watch? Was that one of the deleted scenes, or was that the?
Yeah, that was director's cut.
Okay, yeah. It's fantastic. There's literally, God, it's a lot. It's like 18 minutes, 20 minutes of extra footage. It's a lot of footage. And Michael Biehn is in it.
That's kind of stupid, the whole Kyle thing.
No,
I thought that was dumb, but.
That's cheesy, but you get to see him. I mean, like I said, the movie doesn't flow as well unless you're watching. It doesn't flow as well as the director's cut. But we've all seen the original movie so many times. I don't care. I like watching the director's cut just to see all that bonus stuff.
Me too.
It's plugged right in. It's all edited, all the same, so it doesn't what I'm saying?
It kind of gives you the backstory on Miles Dyson too, which kind of helps.
Sure does.
Out.
That extra scene is great.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty vital because, I mean, of course, you don't know Miles Dyson until they go to his house. So,
that extra scene actually really helps me understand that he's actually a good guy. He doesn't really know what he's doing is bad. Because without that scene that they took out, I never really understood that he was a good guy. I kind of figured, okay, I mean, obviously, he understood what they were saying and he wanted to go destroy everything and help the Terminator out. But I don't know. With that extra scene added in, you see him with his kids and everything. Like, this guy's a really good dude. He's not. Yeah. He's kind of a victim of circumstance. It's his fault, but at the same time, it's not.
He doesn't know
type of deal. Yeah. He's just a scientist that's really eager and interested. But great. Definitely pick it up. It's got a lot of great commentaries by original writers, James Cameron and the other guy. I don't remember his name.
I still need to check it out, the commentaries.
Oh, it's great. And then there's one with like 26 or 36 cast members. And then there's all kinds of interactive stuff, like a picture-in-picture stuff where they're doing trivia or they're doing sort of, picture within the movie of kind of what they were doing when they were filming the scene. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff while you're watching the movie. It's fantastic. And it looks good.
Speaking of looking good, I just picked up a new 55-inch LED TV and a new Blu-ray player. So throw us out some titles that you think look good in Blu-ray, because we're always looking to check out, want the highest quality. I want to see some of these Blu-rays that look so, so good that, they pop out of the screen. As bad
unfortunately,
as Avatar is, it looks beautiful, but
no. Unfortunately, the newer the movie and the bigger the blockbuster, the better it looks.
I'm even looking for the older films. I mean, that look really
well.
good.
It's a lot. That's where it gets difficult, is when you're trying to find the older movies that have been transferred. But there's a couple of exceptions that look really good. We've already both seen this, but Taxi Driver looks really good for its age. Looks really good. My personal favorite, my award for old movie with best transfer goes to Aliens. James Cameron. It looks fantastic. 1986. But you know what? 1979, the original Alien, not far behind. Looks freaking great. And, get the freaking Alien Blu-ray box set. It's far worth the money. But those all look fantastic. And like I said, given the age of the flicks, God, they look better than some new movies. But
I hear The Shining looks really good. I still need to pick that up.
Really. I've been meaning to get that as well. And as far as newer movies, I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong with the obvious one. Like movies like, I'm sure the Avengers are going to look fantastic. Thor looked freaking fantastic. All those Marvel movies look amazing. All those big blow-em-up films look great.
House of 1,000 Corpses looks beautiful.
And as far as those cheap movies, you got to be careful. Sometimes there's cheap movies and they're cheap for a reason. But sometimes there's diamonds in the rough. Like House of 1,000 Corpses, you can get that on the cheap, like what, $7?
Yeah.
Walmart, something like that. And it looks great. Go to Target. They got a whole list of $5 Blu-rays. Some of them are $5 for a reason, but T2 is one of those $5 Blu-rays, and T2 looks fantastic. I think it looks great.
It looks good. There's some parts that don't look as good.
It's not consistent. I got that. There is a graininess and inconsistencies in some of the frames, but it looks pretty good. So far it's the best Arnold movie I've seen. But like the special features is worth the price. $5. You can't beat it. Dude, there's so much content.
The special features
and
are great.
There's so much, and unlike the Extreme Edition on DVD or whatever, that had the director's cut as well, but you didn't have the option of watching just the theatrical or the director's cut. This one you can watch either or, which is great. I really, I was telling you I watched The Patriot last night, and I really like those old historical throwback movies because they usually have the best cinematography. Movies like Braveheart and The Patriot, Legends of the Fall.
Yeah.
All these period pieces, the cinematography is gorgeous, and so I want those Blu-rays to look the absolute best. Braveheart is breathtaking. I love looking at the scenery in that movie. It almost, it makes the movie purchasing experience worth it, and it makes me happy to buy movies. The Patriot looks good. It doesn't look as good as Braveheart, and it looks great in some scenes, but it's inconsistent. Kind of going back to that Terminator thing. Some scenes or screenshots are grainy, and I can totally tell it. So that's kind of a disappointment. I hear Legends of the Fall looks really good, but I think I'm going to purchase that this week because that's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and I hope that looks beautiful because that's some of the best cinematography in any movie, in my opinion. But yeah, so God, Blu-ray,
throw some out there to us.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean that's that. I think that pretty much wraps it up. I did want to say one last thing about Expendables. Like I said, if you like the original, you're going to love Expendables 2. If Expendables 1 got you hyped up, but it really didn't deliver on your expectations and you kind of turned your nose to it a little bit, please give the second one a chance because it's going to be everything that you wanted the first one to be. And it's more violent. The pacing's better. The plot is better. Despite what anybody might have to say about it, I think there's just as much action. The action is better. Bloodier. We're talking about head blow-ups, decapitations, freaking all kinds of, and the first one was more or less generic shooting and explosions. This has got creative kills.
It's not Rambo 4-esque, but it's really good.
You know what? Some parts it kind of creeps up to that, but no, Rambo 4 is not. It's not Rambo 4 as far as the violence goes.
Probably the most violent movie you'll see.
Yeah, in the action realm, but no, the action kills are great. Some amazing, clever fight scenes, very unique kills that do not get old. Go see it. Perfect score from Goose.
Perfect score from River too. I give it 5 out of 5. So I can't wait to buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Oh, neither can I, man. I'm going to see it as much times as I can. It'll be out for Christmas, folks. God bless them for pumping those Blu-rays out really fast nowadays. No more waiting a year after it exits the theaters like we did back in the old days. That would be torture.
Do we need to wait around for the director's cut, or should we just buy it right off the bat?
Oh, you know what? I'm a sucker. I can't wait. I'll buy it right off the bat because if there is a director's cut, we won't get it until a few months afterwards, and I'll probably be a fool and buy that one too. And I hit the Black Friday sales, people, and this and The Dark Knight and all those big movies are coming out for the holiday season. I'm pretty sure we'll see some pretty awesome deals if you guys are Black Friday shoppers. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get those big movies on the cheap if you're doorbusters, which I do every year. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to nab both those movies for $5 or $8 or something if they're doorbusters. So I hit that up every year. So I think that wraps it up for us. Can't say enough good things about it. Please follow us this next weekend on the coverage of the KC Cryptagon.
Yeah, we should be throwing some new videos up on YouTube and updating the Facebook page. So yeah, we'll keep you updated and let you know what's going down. I'll probably take a picture with my cock and luscious face when he's passed out drunk. So definitely do that, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you soon. I just want to leave off and we'll say it's good to be back. Catch you guys later.